Trade Genius.
What's up, guys? Philip at Trade Genius. This video is going to talk about the futures exchange OKeX. They allow leverage trading, and one trader in particular was able to amass a $460 million position that was subsequently liquidated as the market kind of rolled over. And so what happened was they were able to, even though they accumulated that size and they were liquidated, there was no fill of that order. So in other words, when a futures gets liquidated, a futures position gets liquidated, there needs to be somebody on the other side of that to take that position out. But because it was so large, it didn't get filled. And so what that means is there's a $460 million overhang in the weekly settlement. Now, if you notice here, time to delivery, this is when the contracts settle. So you can open and close a trade, but you don't get settled or paid on your trade until it settles on. So in this case, it's Hong Kong time, 4 p.m., and that's about 42 minutes and 52 seconds from when this is being recorded. So there might be some strange price movement possibly on this, and a lot of people have been kind of wondering what's going to happen. So this video, I'm just trying to make you guys aware that if you see something wacky going on when you wake up, or if you're up early and you see this video, I'm going to release this video early because this is kind of like an event that people have been kind of keying in on here as we approach this settlement time frame. But you know, the couple of scenarios have been, one, that people will start covering their shorts to get out of that position and not expose themselves to more losses, and that's going to drive price back up. As you can see, we've made a low of 72.81 overnight, and price has rebounded from that, but we're still kind of consolidating. And usually when we get a push down in consolidation, we may see another try lower, but it'll be interesting to see if anything price-wise happens in the next few minutes here. It's hard to say until we just haven't seen a liquidation of this size. The problem also is that OKeX doesn't have a big insurance fund like BitMEX does. BitMEX has like 10,000 BTC as insurance in case there's a large liquidation like this. So I think for OKeX, it's a black eye. They're going to have to deal with people that are going to be upset because there's going to be clawbacks. They're going to take all of that losses that weren't covered from that liquidation, and they're going to take it out of everybody's profitable position. So all these guys that were short from, say, up here, they're going to see a large chunk of their profits taken away, maybe upwards up to 50%. But there's a pretty decent sized deficit now of about 940 or so BTC that have to get clawed back from other traders. And as you can see, price is starting to go lower here. This is not helping the situation. The situation would go away if price went back up to around 8,000, where that one trader got liquidated. So if this plays out like that and these guys have to socialize the loss for this one player, I think you might see a lot of people migrate from OKeX to, say, BitMEX, because you just can't have something like this possibly happen and not have some framework in place primarily to let someone not amass such a large position. So anyway, just thought I would share that with you guys. If you do see some wacky price action, this is why. Just a position got out of hand, and the way that OKeX handles it, they socialize the losses on that and in the form of a clawback. So that being said, if we look at the Bitcoin chart real quick as we head into the weekend, you'll notice that we have come down, and actually this is more visible on the daily chart. One thing we talked about earlier in the week was if these levels didn't hold, likely we're going to retest this major trend line that was kind of the lid for everything. We finally broke through it after many months. That was keeping price in check. We broke through that, and so now we've come back and we've retested it. Also, we're getting back into these Fibonacci zones, bull zones, and so interesting to see how this all kind of collides here. But the looking for a bounce off this level essentially. So because usually what happens when these trend lines, big trend lines that have, especially when they've been respected, as this one has. This one went up. Instead of failing like a double fail there, we broke through pretty decently on decent volume. So it's not uncommon to retest that from the top side, and that's what we have here. So it is interesting that we're also getting that technical level touched as we head into this period of uncertainty with OKeX. So we'll see how that shakes out, but breaking above this 73.80, getting back above 7,400 is going to be pretty bullish, and we probably see a decent push back up to the 7,500 area. And maybe what we see is kind of a fake out down here and then boom, back up. But I do expect a bounce from this level. I think the probabilities are there. And not a lot of people are looking at this level. A lot of people are talking about 6,800 again and things like that. A lot of times on a bullish leg up, you won't get as much of a pullback as you're expecting to. That's just the strength of the bull run. But also, too, you have to keep in mind that, you know, we're looking like a situation here. So what you want to see is if we are going to consolidate on this level, that we do start making a move up, breaking back above this high relatively soon. Otherwise, what's going to happen is you'll see a consolidation period, a failed bounce higher, and then another breakdown. And so then that getting below these fib levels here is highly likely going to open the door back up for possibly lower lows of below 58.73. But let's wait and see what happens at this level first. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Just want to give you an update on that as we head into the weekend. And if anything crazy happens later in the day, we'll give you another video update. But other than that, we appreciate you guys watching. Please hit like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Trade Genius.